How's it going, everyone? So what's interesting is you always hear about all the layoffs that are going on for software engineers and just the job market in general right now is really tough. It's bad. But what's interesting is here it's there are 8,000 employees as AI replaces HR department. I don't know. That seems, I mean, I guess that they're just going to try to automate some of the sort of repetitive tasks like payroll, but I feel like the people you want to be there to be like your advocate as an employee, I feel like would be HR, and now it seems like that's not going to be the thing because it's going to be an AI. So I don't know. That's interesting. But despite the layoffs, IBM says its workforce has actually increased as the company has hired more people across departments like software development, marketing, and sales. So look, I know the layoffs they hit hard, and it really has hit a lot of people. It doesn't feel like IBM's really like actively super hiring. I feel like a lot of people don't get that impression. They don't feel like things are turning around for the better. But you just dumped 8,000 people into the job market, and then hired a couple more in some other areas. Probably mainly marketing and sales because you got to make it look good. You got to do the PR, get the publicity. You got to do a lot of stuff. So I would imagine that's going to be a huge thing. But there is some hope. I mean, we look at that software development and engineers are probably going to start getting picked up a little bit more. But like I said, it probably doesn't feel like it right now. But if we hang in there, let's see. IBM has reportedly laid off around 8,000 employees, with the majority of job losses concentrated in HR. This comes as part of the broader effort for the US based tech giants to integrate artificial intelligence into its operations, particularly in the back office functions. Earlier this month, IBM replaced approximately 200 HR roles with AI agents capable of handling repetitive administrative tasks such as responding to employee queries. You're probably going to get filtered out. Just remember the squeaky wheel gets the squeaky wheel gets the grease, but I don't know. That just seems not good. Like if you have any sort of query, you're going to an AI chatbot. That's where I want to go when I have a real issue with my company. Processing paperwork, okay. Organizing HR data, okay. These software-driven agents require minimal human supervision. That's going to be the worst part. Who knows what they're getting wrong? One hallucination, and all of a sudden, Tim from accounting is now, somebody else in some different department. I wish I would have been quicker on that, but it's like that's insane. Now Tim from accounting is Bill in software engineering, and Bill is now sales on the third floor with Jake and Sally. I don't know. That's crazy. One hallucination and it's all over. But especially since you don't need to watch it, hey, drop it and set it and forget it. Right? Turn it on, and if you have a problem, you can talk to our AI agents. They're there for you all the time, 24/7. Actually, you can hear them all the time. That's wild. This decision signals a significant shift in how the company manages its workforce. Yeah, I would imagine so. Listen, that's not good. This is bad. That's bad. But I feel like, especially in my bubble, I'm hearing a lot of just the software engineering parts getting dropped off. I feel bad for HR. HR is in the same boat. Really, a lot of these jobs are in the same boat. There's not going to be a lot of jobs that you couldn't just pretend to kick people out of and pretend that you're automating it with AI and acting like that's going to be the end of it, because that's rough. That is. Shout out for all the HR brothers and sisters out there. That's tough. It's tough for everyone right now. It really is. But despite that, they said they're hiring. My guess is like majority this marketing and sales. I'm guessing that's what they're going to do. They need to sell the product. They need to sell the AI. They need to create. They already have some software developed. They're going to sell that to some. They had to sell to someone, right? So they're going to sell and market it to everyone. They need the people. They're going to need the money. Oh, I mean, that's just wild. I don't know if I love the idea of HR being completely replaced by AI. Some people probably had bad experience with HR, and they're kind of like, well, it's not going to come back anyway. And they weren't there to help me, so maybe they don't feel like they did much for them. But in general, I feel like that's just bad to replace with AI. You have a query, talk to the chatbot. You got a problem, put it in the box, right? Right above the paper shredder, and you just drop it in, and that's the end of it. And they said, no, we have no employee complaints, none at all. In fact, we only get praises. I don't know. That's bizarre to me, but there is at least some hope because they said they're hiring in uh, different departments like software development. So yeah, there's a lot of doom saying things are looking pretty rough. This is just bad in general. All these 8,000 people are going into the same pool. Maybe some of them are tech savvy and they're going to come over to software engineering too. I don't know. But at least there's a silver lining, and we got to stay positive, think about the future, keep our heads, stay calm. YouTube is just full. I mean, I get it because it gets the views and the algorithms, and I understand this video will probably have some semblance of like a doomsday feel or vibe to initially grab the attention of people to click the video, because I understand that's what it takes, and that's an unfortunate trait of how we operate and how the algorithm works for people and YouTube in general. But honestly, at least there's some good news for software developers right there. A little bit, a smidgen, some good news for developers. Not great, that's bad. This is probably the majority, but at least there's some good news. So hold on to that and keep moving forward. We'll see you guys in the next one.